Right now, I imagine most of you probably watched tonight's video, Saturday night, the 4th. Number 2 and Becky are ahead of me, gonna go up and open the gate. I got the bale wagon. Number 1's behind me with the little baler. That'll look good. Out there mowing their lawn. Last year about this time, if he mowed his lawn like that, he would have got cited for attempting to start a fire. Ain't no different this year, but you know. I don't know what's with number 1. I don't see her. Oh, there she is. I'm trying to look at her in the mirror. I can barely see her. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'm sorry I didn't get any of that unhooking stuff. It's up there. Bale wagon, little baler, combine and the header. So, but hey, look, we're following a stinking tractor down the road. Isn't this fun? And a whole bunch of bikes. Even got somebody behind us. That's why I'm here with the overheads on. Let them run into the pickup.
Okay, what's the point?
Rather than the back of the tractor. I might need that tractor tomorrow. You never know.
Looky there, another plane. I'm going to guess that one's headed to Los Angeles, probably. Headed that direction anyway. Got a long way before he gets there. Those yesterday morning were both headed north. And that far over, probably going to Seattle. Because at that point they're not in the right spot to go to Portland. And we got these things in the sky this morning. Not sure what to think about them this morning. Oh yeah, they're all up here. Decided they want hay instead of grass. And Traveler's in. I just realized that towel right there, I put on this seat in the mornings because I parked the bike kind of undercover, but not really. My butt's wet. This cover is pretty nice. I mean, it doesn't get too bad, but yeah, I just realized that. It'll dry. Oh, duckies? Can we see the duckies? Yes, we can. Easily distracted, right? Haven't seen any duckies in a while. Okay, I gotta go move a Traveler. Okay, there's some color for the morning. That's looking north from the pump site. Well, that's straight north. And hey, that's pretty much straight west. I just shut the pump off and looked up and went, oh, wow. Colors don't go too awful far. That's as far as they go. And Bam Bam thinks he's got a girlfriend down there. I think it's 713. And she better not be in heat. She better just smell good. Because she's not overly happy with him messing around. She wants her calf to eat. Doesn't want nothing to do with him. So. And kill deer right here in front of me. Where is it? Where is it? It's right here in front of me. Why can't I see it on the camera? I still can't see it. Oh, there it is. Middle of the screen.
Oh, with the exception of pumping a tire up on the trailer, the pumpkin's ready to go. Hopefully it's got fuel in it. It's got to move before we can pull the Versatile out. I want the Versatile out of there before we take off. This is the fun shit. I'm finally in here. I was going to try to show you before we got in, but you see that bright line right there? You know, and that hits the back window. I can't see anything. So literally I couldn't see anything until the back of the tractor was about on the front bumper of the truck. By then the baler's inside, but yeah, you know, I got 3 people that are all where I can't see them because of the sun on the window. And number 1 over there, she forgot to set the jack in by the wall before we did this, so Becky had to bring it all the way around. And I don't know what they're doing here. The jack ain't that hard to put on, it's just a bitch later, because it don't work worth a damn. It's been bent from the previous owner, and they don't put a heavy enough jack on these things anyway. More fun stuff. The way we got both balers set up, they're bushed and everything, so everything's tight. We don't have drawbar issues and hitch issues. Problem is, part of the time getting it back out. I can't get it in a position that the pin is slack. So, as you felt that, it just popped loose when she beat her down. I don't know if she got it out or not, but I'm hoping somebody's going to let me know here in a minute. Yeah, it's not out yet. That was still on it. Who knows? Number 2's over there in the service truck, moving it, because I'm not sure where we're going to end up with the Versatile. It might be blocking that hole, and I don't want to block the service truck in. Because without her running, we got no steering, and the brakes aren't working again. Yay! So, it's going to go where it's going to go. The angle we're at, it's going to miss the fuel pumps. And I'm guessing it's going to be either behind Dad's old service truck, which is right above the service truck, or in front of that hole where the service truck is. Either way, there you go, Nelson. Service truck in action. She's just going to put her down below the machine shed because I don't know where the hell we're going to end up for sure. Look at that. Isn't that a pretty old girl? Mixed match of everything. 84 International and God knows what year Challenger box and God knows what year crane and God knows what year welder, and yeah, but you don't owe me nothing yet. Well, good thing we took the service truck out. I pulled that one in there as far as I could and called her good there for the moment. Just because I don't want it out any farther than it needs to be, I'm going to take a skid steer. First thing I'm going to do is try to get it to turn a little by coming up underneath this front tire over here. If I lift on it, it should turn it the other way a little bit. Ain't gonna do much, but if I can do a little bit, I know once we're forward a little farther, the service truck can go back in the hole. And see what number 2 wants to do, since number 1 already left for the day. We might park the service truck next to it and see if we can get her to fire. I don't know yet. We'll see. It's gotten pretty crusty there. I actually had it cleaned up pretty good, decent before. But hey, that's been a while ago now. See if we can get fuel to the damn thing so it'll start. And after watching one of BCP Farming and Trucking's videos where he had trouble with a combine, I kind of wonder if the Murphy switch might be an issue on here. It's a possibility. Because when I got it to fire before, it'll fire up and run the fuel that's in the pump out, you know, like 10-30 seconds, something like that, then die. And this last time we had it fired up and died and cranked like crazy and never got anywhere. So I'm kind of wondering if that might be what it is. So I got to thank him for the idea to look that direction. And look how dirty that thing is. That's all from being in there feeding ground oats. Okay, there she is with room to walk through. Becky was worried about hitting the stack, and I said, no, leave room to walk through there, it won't hit. I just took the leaf blower and blew most of it off. Blew everything I could off the cab. And the door stop on that thing works great, but I found out when you close the door, you got to break into it, because it gets over-centered and locks so you can't open the door.
So I unhooked that, so that won't be an issue when we close the door. That's why it's been sitting there with the door open in the barn anyway. Now if I had some, well, at least one tire to put on the back that holds air, and had it running, had the cab put together, it'd be pulling a disc. But I don't think it's going to happen this fall. Not unless some little leprechauns show up and get all of it done for me. I keep running out of time. You know, you just can't save that. It just keeps slipping away. But anyway, I'm going to go grab lunch now. A late lunch, but I'm going to grab lunch. These rare times, these girls are all out here. And those girls are all out over there. I had to come move a little traveler. Still moving stuff in the barn. I'll probably show you some of that in a little bit. Make room to put straw where we want it and not just anywhere. There's too much crap in the way. I got a big bale of straw to move, and then there's two big bales of hay that I got to get out of the way. And I think what chaff is left where they're all at is just going to get scattered to set the new straw on. Little vapor barrier that way. And the bad thing is, that bugger's sitting on the hill like this. It goes that way easy. Going uphill, it takes it a long time before it gets up to cycle. But that's alright, it's all getting about the same water on it. There she is, covered up. That's not a new ag bag, but it's a little better one. Got a few holes, but I'm hoping the 2 layers on top are good enough, eh? Got it tied down as good as I can, especially with the freaking wind blowing. I wish number 2 had some time off work to mess around with this thing. I'd let her. Make her go vroom vroom. I forgot to go in and bungee this side window shut, so hopefully that twine's going to hold it close enough. With everything tore apart inside, the latches for the side window and the back window are hooked to absolutely nothing, so yeah, last thing I need is the wind to catch it right and take a window off. But the good thing is they're all flat pieces, so you know, if something happens, it ain't that bad a deal. Just still got to get a piece of glass. Yeah, there it is for now. Keep the dew off everything, and maybe we'll get her cleaned up eventually. And I'm not seeing, oh, there it is. Little traveler's still going down there. It's got a ways to go. I figured it was about a 4-hour set across there, and I was probably off a little. Probably got another hour to go. That means I can go turn that valve off before dark. Maybe. Oh, I got interrupted. Had a phone call. So this is the last thing I was going to show you. Right there's where it's going. Should be 5 bale wagon loads. So yeah, middle of the screen. Might be some sitting against that stack. Fit too wide here. And I'm taller than a bale wagon. But I may not keep it that tall at the front because we still got to break it down. And yeah, you know, I used to break straight up stacks down and went clear up touching the rafters, but I'm not 25 anymore. And the kids are almost there, but yeah, they're just not into doing that either. And there's a pile of chaff I dug out that was down here. That was the 2 bales that were where the dogs are right now. We're 6-footers, so there was about a 1.5 gap at one end, and a bunch of that was shoved in it, so nobody fell in it. And the rest is down there as a vapor barrier. So there it is. Finally ready to put some in. Go get her tomorrow. Hopefully show you some of that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you've all had a good weekend.